Today I'm making great freezer meals with my pork butt for 2 people.
Hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. And today, as you see in the title and the thumbnail, I am freezer banking. I'm doing freezer meals for 1 or 2 people. I'll probably do 2, only because then I can have it for lunch. And if I really don't want to bother, I can have it again for dinner. Or I can share. Okay, so in the microwave, that's what you hear in the background, I have 3.5 cups of rice cooking in my Tupperware rice cooker. I have water getting ready to boil. I'm gonna do some rotelli spiral pasta, because I've got a couple of them here. You guys all gave me great feedback. Now it's 88 degrees outside or something, so I'm not gonna heat up my oven. Some of this I'm gonna pack raw because it will go into my little 3-quart Instant Pot, which is perfect for 1 or 2 people. I'll leave a link down below for that Instant Pot. It's been a fabulous item for me to have in my home. Okay, here is part of, this was full, so not quite 2 quarts of meat here out, and I'm gonna cook it off on the Traeger. I've got the Traeger going at the grill, and you could do this on your Weber, you could do it any way you want, but I've got it going. I'm just gonna do a sheet pan roasting here. And they don't have to be fall apart tender necessarily. The ones that are gonna go in the Instant Pot will obviously be raw, like you could do a slow cooker method if you wanted to. So just salt and pepper here on this pork is all I need. And we're doing several, so stick around for all that I'm doing with this, because I've got 3 roasts that I cut up as well that are small. They're 1.5 to 2 pound roasts. They are also going to be 3 different types of roasts to go in the Instant Pot, okay? So this is going out on the Traeger. I'm gonna roast that. I'm gonna get the pasta cooked, the rice cooked, chop up all these veg. So I'm gonna have, this will be raw though. This one will be a raw deal. I'm gonna have pork picante, so that's raw. That's gonna be like a crock pot meal. I am going to have, why don't I just show you? Let me show you each one, and you can see how I package up the rice separately, and it's gonna be delicious. And the ones that are raw and they go in the Instant Pot, that's all I have to put on there is Instant Pot. 15 minutes, because literally that pork will be done. Now the roast, no. The roast will probably go for 40 minutes and a natural release, and it'll be perfect. So come on in, let me show you how I'm doing it. First freezer meal I'm gonna do is a pork picante. This is so delicious. I get just the 16 ounce picante sauce, and I do medium. You can do mild if you like. Pour that in a bowl. This is how easy it is. Now, you can do this in the oven. I am gonna make these so they'll just zip right into the Instant Pot for 10-15 minutes. It'll be done. And then to that 16 ounce, you're gonna add 3 tablespoons of mustard, and I eyeball it every single time. 3 good tablespoons. We like it, or I like it tangy. Okay, there's 3 tablespoons in my mind. I've already got the rice cooked up. I package up my rice in these. These are, what are these? 1 3/4 cups. This is a Tupperware freezer container. Do I need 1 3/4 cups? Probably not, but that's what I do. And then I also need 3 tablespoons, since I don't have a tablespoon out here, we'll just use this one. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. That kind of counteracts the heat, right? And we'll just consider that 3. Gives a little sweet, little heat, and oh my gosh, I don't even need this. Okay, we'll put that away. So this one is super easy. Get your sauce mixed up. And I should have put it in a measuring cup so I could divvy it up. But it's gonna be a cup, basically a cup of sauce for each bag. So I've already got my bags labeled and dated. I'm gonna put my pork in there. Let me grab a glove. For easy cleanup, I need a glove. Okay, so freezer meals, this is great for 1 or 2 people. This is on a weeknight. I can pop this out of the freezer, throw it in the Instant Pot, actually frozen, and probably still get it in 15 minutes with a cool down, you know, a natural cool down. Okay, so a portion, a healthy portion, because that's a cup of sauce, and the meat's gonna sauce up too. So we'll say a cup of meat or so. I like it meaty. Okay, so this is for 1 or 2 people. So yeah, let's do a little bit more, because this could be 2 meals for me. Okay, now I've got a dirty hand. Let's do the other bag, and it's already open. Set that right there. Get about the same amount of meat in there, and some of this will actually go in the freezer without it being cooked or anything. The Traeger is doing a great job of the other cubed meat out on the Traeger. So that's about right. And you could get exact and weigh these out, but I'm not going to. That's enough for 2 people to have pork picante, right? You want lots of pork, lots of picante. Okay, now I'm gonna get a measuring cup and divvy this up. And get rid of that glove, right? Okay. Okay, so seriously, that's all it is. So we're gonna get a cup, and ooh, this could mean a funnel. Hold on. I could need a funnel. This is kind of a little bit of a chore, but hey, it's worth it, right? I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I got a funnel. I'm pouring it in. 1 cup. So the other one should literally take the rest of that sauce, because it should be a cup. It's 16 ounces. So yeah, okay. Can you see that? Pour it in the bag. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm trying. I'm left-handed, and that can go in the sink, and we'll divvy that up. Okay, a little bit. I see that one could use a little more, maybe, because your brown sugar and mustard add a little bit. So we're gonna clean those bags up really good. Get yourself a paper towel and make sure your bag is all cleaned up on the outside, on the inside lip there, so nothing impedes that seal. And there's your mixture. Now, to go with that, I always serve it over rice, but you could put it over pasta. But on a night that I don't want to worry about rice, cooking it, I have pre-made rice in the freezer. So this is how I bag this up. It can lay flat in my freezer, so you get as much of the air out as possible. Let's make sure it's sealing right. I want to make sure. Is it sealing? Yep, I think we're good. Okay, and oop, it sure got an air bubble in there. Okay. Yeah, I don't want any air. That doesn't want to seal. Watch me get a bag that, oh, there we go. And this one looks like it's already trying to leak on me. It is. Okay, so you don't want a leaky bag. Dang it. Okay, dang the bad luck. We have a leaky bag, and this is real life. So we're gonna get this into a different bag. I don't know what the problem is. We'll try to reseal it here and see what happens. Maybe I didn't get it sealed right. I'll wipe it up and we'll start over. But you do get the gist of it, okay? We're gonna put it in a Ziploc. So let's wipe this one off. And we're gonna package up our rice. And we know that the little containers hold 1 3/4 cups of rice. So we're gonna, I don't know if I got it or not. Let's see, do we have it? Yes, okay. Now we're good. Both bags sealed. Whew, that was emergency, okay. Now, if you're giving this or you're having this where somebody else is gonna cook it other than yourself, then you're gonna wanna put instructions on the bag of how to cook it. So I'm gonna put it on in the Instant Pot, and I know that I serve it with rice, so I will grab a container of rice as well in the morning. And I cooked this rice with chicken broth, some parsley that I dehydrated last year, and a little bit of garlic. So, and I'm gonna let this finish cooling because I think you can see. See, that's plenty of rice for me, but this is serving for 2. So we're gonna fill these up. This is a two serving. We're gonna do freezer meals for 2. Okay, so we'll fill that up. That's enough rice for 2 people. We'll let that cool. It will go in the freezer pretty close in proximity to this. And we'll move on. I'm gonna keep doing this. These are the lids that go with this, and they stack really nice right in the upright freezer. And you know, I can label the top, or just know that, you know, that it's the only thing I freeze in these is rice. Okay, now we're gonna move to the next recipe. Okay, so I'm on my, this is apple, onion, and cabbage pasta, okay? So this meat cooked out on the Traeger, it's done. It's caramelized. You can see on the pan, it caramelized in the pan. Got a little bit of smoky smoke on it, so good amount of that. I'm gonna go ahead with the second bag of meat here. Get the meat portion. You want about a cup of pasta per bag. So it's a serving. And lots of meat. I hate it when, I mean, I guess we should go by the USDA's serving size, I suppose, but if I'm gonna have this for 2 meals and split it, I want enough meat for both, because this is just for these are gonna be for 1 person. I got a little bit much in there. This is just serving for 1. So then, okay, my hands are getting fatty. Then you're gonna add your pasta, and this pasta is cooked al dente. We're gonna add that in, easy peasy, about a cup per bag. And I measured out 2 cups here, so, yep. And there's so many things you can do freezer meal wise for your family and for yourself. I mean, I struggle because, well, most of the time it's just me, so I end up giving the food away so I don't waste it. And okay, so now we have the pasta in there as well. So the pasta's in, that's in. Now we've got a large, oh, this is such a good apple too. I had a bite. It is a Honeycrisp apple from the Northwest. Okay, I cubed it up. I did put a little fruit fresh to keep it from churning on me. Not a big deal. And then onion, and you add as much onion as you like. I've just got a yellow onion here. I like onion in this. And then cabbage, and I'm using the coleslaw, and we're filling it up because that cabbage is gonna really shrink down to nothing. Yeah, okay, there we go. I want to leave a little bit of room for the bag to close. Not much though. Okay. Layer that bad boy up, right? Okay. Now, yes, I got plenty of room to close the bag. And may have to make sure that bag's wiped off. Oh, yeah, it wants to seal right now. So I typically put chicken broth, but I don't have any out. I'm gonna add a little bit of mesquite seasoning to this. It's it's just gonna add a little bit of flavor. So about a teaspoon of that. It complements the sweet with the apple. And then you can season it to your taste when you open it. Oh, that's leaking. About a half a cup of chicken broth or turkey broth. Just to kind of, everything else is, oh, I gotta change containers on that. Everything else is going to cause its own liquid. So I'm doing great with the mess making so far. All right, now, let's get your bag sealed up and we'll get on to the next recipe. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look good? Layered up. Apples, pasta. And these aren't gonna stay in the freezer long. Again, you can stack these on their side. The pasta's already cooked. You're just, and the apple and the coleslaw is gonna let off a little bit of broth itself or juice. So you're good to go. You just, that half a cup is all you need. Okay, I'll get this other one sealed up and we'll move on to the next one. So here's the last one for tonight. I'm gonna do these and get these up, and then I'm gonna bring you back. My next video, I will have how I do the small roasts for you, because this is a lot for one video. I don't want it super long. So this is, well, I'm just calling this an Asian style pork. I'm gonna serve that over one of my containers of rice. So this will be enough for 2 people. There's lots of fruit. This is my home canned pineapple I canned up for you guys. And I know I shouldn't use a metal spoon, but that's what's going on. I've done it. I know you all have done it yourself. We all do it. And I'm just careful with my rim. I've never had a jar break because I used a metal spoon. I think that would be pretty difficult. It's not a good practice to be in, but it's okay. Okay, so pineapple in. So about a quarter of a cup of fresh pineapple, and I'm not wasting that. That is, I pack that in water, but it is delicious. Absolutely so naturally sweet. It's wonderful. So in each bag, again, about a quarter of a cup of onion. And let's get that in there. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Okay, and then a quarter of a cup or so, to your taste, of green bell pepper. I was gonna do a sweet and sour for you guys, and I may do that here coming up. You just let me know. I know a lot of you did request it. This is another one of my favorite quick and easy weeknight things to throw together, so I'm just gonna share this. So red bell pepper, green bell pepper, and it's up to you how much you want. And then again with the cabbage, it's almost like an egg roll in a bowl, except we're putting it over rice. So you could, if you wanted to, you could have it without the rice and have it really be an egg roll in a bowl. The meat is fully cooked, so it really only has to heat up for a few minutes. The veggies should still have some texture to them. And if I was doing this fresh, you know, cooking it, I would throw in some cilantro. But if you don't like cilantro, don't worry about it. So this is an Asian ginger, soy, and soy dressing, salad dressing. Oh my goodness. So we want at least a quarter of a cup per bag. Yep. Maybe a half. Maybe, yeah, about a quarter of a cup. You don't need much. The veggies are gonna let off their own liquid, right? So again, get as much of the air out as you can. This is a heat up for lunch kind of thing. Flatten it out so you can stick it in the freezer, and look at what a beautiful meal you've got. Lots of veggies, and oh, so good. Okay. Super easy, super easy. I do this all the time right in a skillet. So you can do this with chicken as well. So you can switch out any of these recipes for the most part with chicken. So I've got my picante pork here. We'll stack that up, and this one, and my Asian pork. And then I've got the apple and pork, and remember, this one's got to be cooked either in the slow cooker or in the Instant Pot. But these here, they're already cooked. They're ready to go for lunches or dinners. So, and there's enough for 2 people in each one. So guys, I hope it inspires you. Oh, and we gotta put our rice next to them. Here we go. So I can get some good pictures. And like I said, you can serve this over rice, and it's definitely a meal for 2. Or you just have it like you want it, like that. So we'll put our rice there, get the lids on it, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, we are all done. So these are my freezer meals for 2, and I've got enough. I mean, this is enough meals for several evenings or lunches, and like this can be dinner, and this can be lunch for 2. Quite often I share lunch, so, or like I said, I'll have it for lunch and then a quick easy dinner when I get home. So there you go. That's not too shabby for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 meals. And the rice to go with it, that's all going in the freezer. And I am good to go for a good long time. And anything I want to cook in between is just fine. So like I said, I will bring you back for the pork roast video, because there's 3 little pork roasts out there, 1.5 to 2 pounds, and those are going to be either Instant Pot or Traeger, however you want to cook them. But I'll bring you back for those recipes because they're all very different, and I'd love for you to see that. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you tell me which one would be your favorite.